Unfortunately, this morning we are leaving Cinque Terre.
I don't want to go.
This place is very special. We're very sad to be leaving, but we're moving on to Parma, like Parmesan cheese. It's gonna be very tasty. Our Airbnb host Irma is coming to tidy up the place, but she told us that we can store our luggage here because our train doesn't leave until around noon, so we get to walk around Manarola one last time.
Yay. So something that makes this place even more special is that it's actually all a national park and it's all protected. It's a part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site and it's been a part of it since 1997. And UNESCO is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. And each little protected inlet has its own unique biome that allows for marine life to thrive, which is why the fishing is known to be absolutely prolific and the seafood is fantastic. Their specialty is anchovies.
That is one of the original hiking trails that wraps around the coast. It is closed due to landslides, and I don't believe they have any plans to reopen because it's just way too dangerous. I will say that you don't need to do the hikes if you come here, but it's about 85% of the experience. You can take the train to all of the villages, but the hiking is where you really get to see everything. I would recommend it 100%. You don't have to be psychos like us and do all of it in one day, but if you stretch it out over the course of 2 to 3 days, it's worth it.
And I saw a video last night of the train station and it was so packed at one point recently that people missed a lot of their trains and it delayed their plans by like an hour or so. Like we said when we were hiking, there was essentially nobody there. So I think it will also play a big role in your exposure to the area and how overcrowded it is.
The hiking really does allow you to escape the crowds and makes it feel like you have this whole place to yourself. I really don't want to go. Some fresh watermelon before the train? On the train, headed to Parma. Oh, this is so nice. Congrats.
We made it to Parma and we're professionals at the metro system. This place is so nice. All for free. Through Chase Rewards.
This is so nice. And Alicia was saying the best part, completely for free through our Chase travel card.
So this hotel is unbelievably nice. We want to give you just a quick tour, even though it's small, it's a hotel room. But look at this bathroom. Got a bidet for your bootay. And then 2 twin beds, so Hunter and I don't even have to touch each other tonight, which is great. And then a balcony overlooking the train station.
That is where we arrived. Not even a 25-foot walk from the train station.
Unless Unless you go the long way like we did.
Which we did. But this is the epitome of luxury.
One thing I did want to point out, because I've never experienced this before. When we came in, none of the lights would turn on, and we were like, is the circuit breaker like off or something? So we checked that was on. Turns out you need to put your room key into this little slot to make any of the power work. So that was new, not familiar with that.
I went downstairs and I was like, there's no power in our room. And they were laughing at me. They were like, you need to put the key into the slot and then it gives the room power. Had no idea. We have this trend of whenever we get to a new spot, we go eat almost immediately. So let's just keep it up.
So we just got to this restaurant that we found in an alleyway. It's like one of the only places open right now because many of the locations are taking a siesta, or otherwise known as a riposo in Italy. And I just ordered horse meat. I'm a horse girly, so this is sad. And we're literally the only ones here right now. It's so good. I'm sorry to the little horse girl inside me.
Well, that was a decent meal.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was my first time eating horse meat.
Mine as well.
Which it tasted very similar to beef. A little bit, I don't know, how would you describe it?
A little bit heavier, if that makes sense.
And the taste also wasn't as strong, I feel like, as beef is.
Honestly, I don't like how much I liked it,
Yeah.
because it was pretty
really
good. I had a meat stuffed gnocchi that was in bone broth. It came in as a soup. It wasn't my favorite thing I've ever ordered, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, can't complain. We got filled up.
That was one of the most beautiful chapels I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're not really big like chapel and museum people, but that was very impressive.
It's breathtaking.
So something really fascinating about Parma is that during World War II, the Allies essentially destroyed a majority of the city.
The Allies were bombing their train stations to try and get rid of all of their transportation, and it left the city in ruins. So they had to rebuild a lot. The city is super walkable. It's really not too big.
But there's definitely plenty to do and lots to see.
I am just so excited for our Parmesan tour tomorrow.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
the whole
eat.
reason we're here.
We're gonna eat so much cheese.
And prosciutto, and prosecco.
Parmesan was invented here in Parma almost 1,000 years ago. We're so fortunate to live in a time during cheese.
There's a fitness center in this hotel, so we're gonna get to work out.
Besides hiking, we haven't worked out in almost 2 weeks, so the fact that we have a gym is amazing. And it means that we're pretty much forcing ourselves to work out.
I'm so sleepy, but gains, am I right?
Big gains. It was a great workout.
And now I'm pooped.
Such a nice shower, too. I feel refreshed.
I don't, but...
Well, it's almost 9:30 and we gotta grab some dinner. Alicia found this really good Turkish place that's supposed to be very cheap and have amazing kebabs. So that's where we're headed. The city is empty.
Earlier we were listening to the receptionist at our hotel, and she mentioned that Parma doesn't really see many tourists.
Which we are loving, especially coming from Cinque Terre when it was full of them. We've been walking for almost 20 minutes and we've passed maybe 6 people. It's
so
like
quiet.
It's like we have Parma all to ourselves.
So we finally found a busy street, and then we found this little restaurant called Carpe Diem, and we ordered 2 kebab trays. So we'll see how it goes, because, you know, can't really read the menu, so we're trying our best.
It's one of these hole-in-the-wall type places, so I'm thinking it's gonna be real good. That looks so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice. This thing is loaded to the brim.
Potatoes, tomatoes,
Onions, lettuce, 2 different kind of sauces. One's hot, one's sweet. They go so well together. And I think it was like less than €8 a person. If you're in Parma and you've been eating so much Italian food, come to Carpe Diem. This is unbelievable.
That place was absolutely delicious. The sauce, it was like tzatziki sauce was one of the sauces in there, and I'm pretty sure he makes it himself. It was so creamy and so flavorful, and everybody was laughing, having a great time in the kitchen, and you can tell it has a big influence on the taste of the food.
But now we just have a short walk back to our hotel, and tomorrow we are getting picked up to do the Parmesan tour.
And it's early, so we should probably get some rest.
It's gonna be a lot of cheese tomorrow. Good night, everyone.